Hey guys, welcome back to Nerd L.A.G. I'm your host Toshi for the night, and today with me I have
Human
and Xeras.
And this is where we talk about anime, life, games, and anything else related. And we're going to start off talking about...
We're going to talk about your special day that happened last week.
The wedding.
Yeah. Oh man, here Toshi got wedded this past weekend. What was it, the date?
It was December 20th.
20th?
Yes.
20th. That's what. Yeah.
2015.
Whoa! So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really fun. It was a really good experience. I think everybody that was talking to us, they were all saying that it was the best wedding that they've ever been to.
As I said, with that wedding, I'm amazed how much people accepted how you and how Rama are. That we, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about it, because we have three different aspects. We have two people who were groomsmen who were there way before and near the end. And then we have, of course, the husband of Rama, who was there through some parts that he didn't see and some parts he did see.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting, being not nervous at all until I got up on stage and actually started speaking the vows. Like you guys, like Human said, Human and Xeras were not my best men, but they were the groomsmen, and so they had a view of the whole thing. And Ranma was up on stage bouncing around.
Yeah,
she was so excited. I'm sitting there getting nervous because I'm actually having to speak words instead of just saying, I do.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was quite interesting. Like, it all started at about 2:30 for us. We got there around 2 to 2:30. Had to get everything set up because we were pretty much lifting out glassware, and they were very, very emphasis on do not drop these things or we will kill you.
Who was that? My mom and her mom?
Yeah. They were like, do not. And we're like, okay. So me and Xeras, I know we were there at the beginning taking stuff out.
Actually, I feel like it was just the impression that you had holding glass things for a wedding, not so much how they were conversing about it. Because for me, it was, just don't drop it. And my thought process while carrying it was more along the lines of, no, don't drop this. It's more sacred than your life right now.
So the actual wedding kind of went down like this. First, we started out finally getting dressed inside of these rooms after finding a room instead of the bathroom to dress up in.
No chairs.
Yeah, we didn't have any chairs. And so we're all setting up things. And so we finally end up, I guess, somebody's just like, hey, guys, let's go. The wedding's starting now. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get up on stage, and you guys all walk down the aisle.
This is what's funny about that, is because we knew this was going to happen. There was no centralized organizer for us, really. They just told us, go do this. Yeah, this sounds like a Toshi-style wedding. Okay, then, let's just go do it.
Unorganized, but yet somewhat slightly organized?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Also, the order for walking down was almost polar opposite of how it was practiced the day before.
Oh, yeah. Was it?
Yes.
Yep. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, you were at the stage, and we're going, what? And, they just like, just go when you see your person.
I remember Fat Geisha. He was like, when he got up after walking, who did he walk down the aisle? I can't remember.
Who did he walk down the aisle with? Mariah?
Maybe?
I think it was Diva. And so...
Oh, yeah, Diva.
And so they finally got to the stage, and he's like, do I get up on stage and then walk down? In the middle of the wedding.
Are you serious?
He's like, do I walk? I'm like, no, just stay down. So that was kind of funny.
Oh,
I remember there was a part in the middle of the wedding that I was still wearing my promise ring. And, right before the ring part. And so I'm like, oh, crap. I better take this off.
And you, like, all of a sudden see Slash just start moving. He's doing this wall going,
what's he doing?
Yeah, whoa, what's he doing? And everyone on the floor and us are just laughing a little.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here holding both of her hands, and I'm like, oh, I better use her hands as cover.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to take it off, and it's not coming off because I have fat knuckles. And so I finally get it off and start putting it on my other finger, but it was the middle finger. I'm like, oh, crap. So I finally got it off, and then she ends up getting the new ring and putting it on. Hers went on smooth and easy, but putting mine on was quite difficult. She's sitting there like shoving it on.
And as I said, everyone in the crowd just looked and went, yeah, that's about right. And we all stood aside going, yeah, that's about right. Yeah,
It was pretty funny because the pastor never really did ask us to say I do. He was just vows. You guys are married, kiss, walk down the aisle. I'm like, we never even said I do.
Yeah, you did. And he did ask, does anyone here have anything to stop this wedding? We're all sitting here going, oh, is he going to say that? Because I wonder what stories will be brought up now.
Oh, yeah. And he didn't say her father is going to give her away.
Yeah.
I just had to go up there and, like, snag her. I was just like,
Yeah,
Gibbs.
but remember, he wasn't there on the rehearsal.
True.
It would have been useful so you knew what he was going to say, because we're all going, is this normal? Because I was thinking, I don't understand American weddings sometimes. Is this normal? I've only been to like 2. Is this right?
Yeah, it was really interesting. What was your favorite part, Human, about the whole wedding?
As I said, I'm amazed how much people trust you guys and know you guys so well that they could go, this is normal. This is, because you would hear murmurs or whispers if it didn't go right or wasn't how it's supposed to be. But everyone's like, that makes sense.
Xeras, what was your favorite part?
As cliche as it is, the shoe game.
The shoe game?
The shoe game was fun.
Yeah, so what we did for the shoe game was she would have one of my shoes and one of her shoes in her hands. We're seated back to back. And I have one of her shoes and one of my shoes. And they would ask a question like, who is the more dominant in the relationship? And you would raise the partner's shoe. Or
that they both did that one?
I can't remember.
For that one, I think they both agreed that it was
It's
Rama.
her.
Yeah, you're right.
So we're sitting here answering questions and stuff. That was a lot of fun. That was a really
the first
fun game.
to forgive in an argument. Both raised their own shoe.
Yes. And then with Rama, she would sometimes just glance behind.
Yeah, she would cheat.
And
She's like, what's he
look,
raising?
And then we're like, near the end was when they both started doing opposite. And we were going, oh.
What was the best part, though, was that for the first couple questions, they would both raise both of the shoes.
Oh, yeah. There was a
didn't
couple
even
that
notice
just did that. And we're like, yeah, okay.
I need to see if there's any video of that because I
bet
would like
you
to see
there
that.
is.
Yeah.
And then me and my mom did a choreographed dance.
That was, both of your dances, we just looked at, yeah, that fits them really well, doesn't it? Those dances really are you guys.
We did the twist, the Macarena, In
the
Sync,
ADD,
Bye Bye
amazing.
Bye. We did the
Whip and Nay Nay.
Yeah.
the whipping.
Why did you?
That was my mom's suggestion. Ugh.
It was humorous.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it.
Yeah. But it was fun.
You
You just kept going with every single dance.
I messed up a lot.
Yeah. No, it don't matter.
Not as noticeable as
Not
you
as
think.
much, yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And then
what else did we do?
A lot of dancing and Xeras here. God, a lot of. I didn't think he got a lot.
He got a lot of compliments.
Well, yeah.
Maybe
actually,
from too many men.
yeah, I did actually get hit on.
At my wedding.
Humorously hit on.
Oh, okay. I was like, really?
Yeah, no. Apparently, I was best dressed.
Literally, a dress he wore, a
What's that?
pink. What was it? A slip-over or slip-on?
Was
or,
that one of your old ones? I thought you were getting something new for the wedding.
I never did. I wasn't given like specific direction, so it was more like, hey, wear a dress on the wedding, and we discussed it a little bit.
Ranma said that, or did I?
Yeah, no, Rama.
Rama. Oh, okay.
And so
You should have worn black. You would have looked slim and really been nice.
He doesn't need to look any slimmer.
That's true.
uh,
Purple would have been too bad. Yeah, purple would have been too crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Should have wore like a red, like sexy prostitute
that would
one.
have been amazing.
Red would have been good, wouldn't it?
We need to get you a red one.
We need to take him over. Did we ever take him to that store?
Oh no, we
have
need to
to
go
do,
to
yeah.
Ranma's clothing store. Anyway.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I could actually get real clothes and then look and see, just have some
And
fun
then you
with
have
the
three
others.
people here going,
Yeah.
yeah.
We should do that sometime.
Oh
soon.
yeah.
we
And then after that,
A lot of dancing.
well, before that, we had the food. And the unique thing about that was instead of having we had a normal wedding cake, and I was really expecting her to shove it in my face. She said she would for years. She's like, I'm going to shove so much face face into your eyes. I can't even talk.
That's a weird sex scene.
Oh god.
I'm going to shove so much cake in your face. And, she's been saying that for years because we've been dating for 10 years, and I finally popped the question after 10 years.
Yeah, we were.
Which is really cool.
After planning the wedding.
Yeah.
That's a cool another after story about
Well,
my
I have to say
proposal.
that,
I did
that one. is an amazing story. And actually, you put a lot of themes on that one.
Yeah,
Your Dragon Balls.
Yep, I did a Dragon Ball Z themed proposal where she went on a 7-day scavenger hunt for the Dragon Balls. But that's a completely other podcast. We'll get that down the road.
But you did bring the Dragon Balls into the wedding.
Yeah, we brought the Dragon Balls to show people.
Mm-hmm.
And then so we had the normal wedding cake, but for my groomsmen's cake, I didn't actually want any cake. So what I did was...
Oh, that was for the groomsmen?
It was mainly for the wedding party, but they didn't really go that way.
No,
Anyway, it was a sushi cake, and not just a cake in the shape of sushi. It was actually literally sushi, and in the shape of cake. And so that went by stupid fast.
No,
Yeah.
I think 5 minutes.
I think I only got 3 pieces.
Really?
I didn't get any
I got
because
2.
I grabbed I went to the first table
Mm-hmm.
and then I was gonna oh, that's the dessert table, so I'll head there next. I saw there was sushi and I was like, okay, cool, I'll pick up some sushi and some dessert. Well, I finished my main course and I was like, all right, well now to go pick up some punch and some. Oh. Okay then.
Well, see what happened was all the plates were
Mm-hmm.
at the ice cream or at the cake table. Well, I guess one of my mom or her mom forgot to bring the paper plates for the actual food.
Oh.
So we had to go over to the cake table, and people saw us, getting the plates from over there. So people were like, "Oh, let's go over here." And so while we were bringing the plates back over here, people were starting to get sushi
wondering
over
why.
there.
Okay.
I went there. I saw you. I was like, I'll just take 2 pieces. Be good and stuff. Walked down. I was like, I want some. What happened to the sushi? I turned around and there's like 2 pieces left. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it went by really quick.
Also, that punch was really addictive.
My mom made that.
She made that punch. I kept going back. I'm like, I can't stop drinking this
Yeah,
punch.
I only got to drink a little bit because they're like, "All right, you can't eat. Let's go." I'm like, "I didn't even get to eat." They're like, "All right, you're dancing." I'm like,
Yeah, that
okay,
punch was
fine.
really good.
But yeah. Anyway, so we all dove into that sushi cake like crazy, and I don't think anybody ate the actual cake.
No one did.
Like,
really.
it was just me and Ashley got one bite, and no one else ate it.
Actually, I ate a piece of that cake because I was like, it's a wedding cake.
I almost got to it, but that was when I was going for the sushi. I was like, oh, no sushi. I'll have some punch. And then when I went back to get the actual piece for it, that was when everyone was cleaning it up. There were no plates. I was like, but
I will admit,
That's probably why no one ate the cake.
yeah,
There weren't any plates.
Yeah,
that makes sense
move
now.
over. And yeah, everyone went. Like, what did you have at the table with the dinner? You had like sandwiches.
We had some Reese's chicken wraps and ham sandwiches, and
It was enjoyable.
vegetables, fruits, cheese. Just
Mostly
little finger foods.
Yeah, finger foods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
just
finger
something.
foods.
Simple and
It was
enjoyable.
cheap.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
We weren't going to do any food in the first place, but anyway. So yeah, the wedding went by really well. It was really enjoyable.
So much dancing.
We danced for a long time, and we still got out of there 2 hours earlier than what we were supposed to.
I could not wake up the next day. I was that tired.
My dad ended up taking off work, and I had to go back into work, and they're like, "So, you came into work. Did your dad go on the honeymoon?" I'm like, "No."
I wish I took the day off. I was so just tired. I was like, I don't care. I don't want to work.
Oh, the cool thing is about the honeymoon. We'll be going to Japan in December of 2016.
Nice.
And instead of getting gifts for the wedding, we asked for cash to help fund the...
Can I be 100% honest with you? That's an Asian wedding. Not even joking. Asians don't ask for things. They ask for money.
They're smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we asked for cash, and we definitely have enough to cover our plane tickets there and back. So that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So now we just got to look into housing and food and entertainment.
I just realized I danced in 3 different outfits.
Let's see, your tux,
Dress.
your dress.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one? Just normal
normal
clothing?
clothes?
Yep.
I don't think I ever saw you in your normal clothing.
It was really close to the end.
Yeah, it was at the very end because he changed into normal clothes because we're closing stuff.
It was literally just like the last 2 songs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did see her
dance-
dad out there and dance. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, and your freaking grandfather. We watched through that beard he had was amazing.
And that's not even as big as it...
Oh no, I don't
Was.
care. It looked nice. I was like, you have to grow that. And how he acted, we're like, if Zach could act like that, I think that'd be really cool. But would they go, well, I don't think Zach could speak that properly.
Yeah,
that way.
right. I slur too much.
Yeah, your grandpa seemed pretty cool. That's why.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my wedding.
Was I wearing my dress when I pulled 4 different people out to the dance floor? Or was I still in the suit?
Suit.
Okay.
I don't know. All I remember is the conga train. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
We did like 3 conga trains, and then we had the dance off.
Oh yeah, the dance off.
The dance off was tiring.
Yeah, we'll probably get a video of my wedding up on Facebook and
I think
stuff like that.
We need a lot of videos. I say your proposal would be an awesome video.
Yeah, we can put my proposal up there, my the wedding, and what are some other things? Maybe Xeras dancing in a dress.
That would be the way that's you start off with that video and everyone go, what? Click.
Maybe we'll get some clickbait.
Yeah.
Well, apparently I'm good enough in a dress to attract men, so straight men at that.
All right, so let's segue into some anime.
Yeah, let's start with some anime.
Okay, what were we wanting to talk about first? Was it some anime I was watching?
Yeah, let's start with what was the
Digimon
one?
Tri?
Yeah, I think
okay. Well, yeah, we can start with Digimon Tri.
No, I thought we were starting with something else. Not
7 Deadly Sins?
Yes, because we want to save that one with Corey. Because that would be a good argument one for them.
Well, I still want to talk about it.
Okay.
We'll start off with Tri because that'll be pretty quick.
Okay.
So Digimon Tri, I just recently finished watching the first 4 episodes. There's currently only 4 episodes out right now. It starts off. So far, the first 4 episodes seem very Digimon-like, very nostalgic.
Yeah.
I see what Fat Geisha was saying about it seeming like it's going really fast.
Mm-hmm. It's being rushed.
But I don't think he was accurate. I don't think it's, it doesn't feel like you're in episode 14. It maybe feel like you're in episode 6 maybe.
Okay, that's not bad then.
Like, it's not that fast.
Yeah, it's not that fast.
It's just a little fast.
Okay.
Because on episode 4, I mean, Agumon digivolves into, Greymon, Metal Greymon, War Greymon, Metal War Greymon, and then they fuse into, same with Gabumon, and they end up fusing to Omegamon or Omnimon.
Well, just in case, let's give a brief summary of what Digimon Tri was. What is it? Some people have questions.
Digimon Tri just pretty much is I don't know if it's a new story. It's kind of feeling like a new story because it's them grown up in kind of like their college or high school years. Yeah. I haven't figured that part out.
I think high school.
I think it feels kind of like a high school. So I'm going to say high school or college, early college. But it's just them, and then all of a sudden, there's a big giant not Kabuterimon, Kabutomon or something like that.
I think it's
and anyway, he goes around.
Yeah. It's
Kabukimon.
Yes, it's Kabuki.
And so, anyway, he's going around destroying the town, and he keeps, like, glitching. It's kind of weird, and I still haven't fully understood that yet. And Tai and everybody starts noticing this Digimon going around destroying stuff.
So it's set in their real world.
Yeah, it's set in the real world right now, and the big giant wormhole opens up, allows the Digimon in, he starts destroying things, and Agumon and all the other Digimon come and... So, they get reunited, and
so basically, it's a time frame when after the last of the first season, well, second season, would you say first or second season? First, it's them growing up without Digimon, so it's sort of changing the story a bit.
No, not without. It's literally taking the old story and remembering it. It's just they've been like on a hiatus, like they haven't been in contact with their Digimon in a long time.
Well, see, the second season they were reintroduced to the Digimon. Remember?
After they lost their memories of them?
They lost the memories of them.
Maybe that's something else. I don't know. I can't really remember.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out where it connects with the main, since it is
it's literally just them grown up, and they haven't been in contact with their Digimon.
Okay.
And so now, they're doing their normal lives, and then all of a sudden...
They got reintroduced.
Well, there's a big giant Digimon that came out of nowhere, and then so they're like, oh, we need our Digimon, but we can't fight without them. And so somehow they get there, and they start fighting.
Okay.
And so the story is going to go from there. And there's some kind of Secret Service FBI people that kind of have been watching the digital world, and all these different space, what is the word?
Society.
Disruptions.
Spatial distortions?
Yeah, distortions. They've been watching this the whole time, and then so they've been also keeping an eye on the Digidestins. And so and one of these agents are Ty's and Matt's teacher, and they didn't know it until the teacher drove them to the fight site, like where they're fighting at the site, and they're like, "What the heck?" Anyway, they're like, "Well, we got to focus on fighting," and they ended up fighting, and then going back and talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm an agent. We deal with the Digimon." So there's a whole nother plot there. But the really cool thing about it is there's a lot more psychology to it now. Ty doesn't want to fight.
That's weird.
It's weird, but I like the way that they do it because he's more grown up, and he's starting to see things, and why he's doing it is harmful, but it's also good, and he doesn't know if it's a good thing that he's doing it.
See, Fat Geisha hated that aspect.
I don't like it, but it's entertaining. Like I could see why they're doing it.
So understandable why they made him grow up like that and mature.
Yeah, towards the end, little spoiler, towards the end he gets over it and he starts fighting again.
Okay.
And that's just within episode 4, and that's when they all become Omegamon, and they're fighting Alphamon.
Okay.
And so that's pretty neat. And there's a new character with a new Digimon, and there's some other background Digimon that kind of are in the backgrounds, and it's really interesting.
So, what would you give it overall? Just after...
So far, the art style is better. I'm not a big fan of how their faces are drawn.
That's what a lot of people said. They wanted to put the old school style.
Yeah, I wish they would have put a little bit more detail in the face, but everything else is phenomenal. I love everything, especially the Digimon. They're way better.
Okay, how's the music, the soundtrack?
The music's phenomenal, especially the opening. The opening is
it
it's an old song, but it's made new.
Okay,
and it's phenomenal. I'm sitting here singing every time
background music. Great.
Background music's awesome.
Okay,
everything about it is awesome. Just the plot's a little different, but still nostalgic feeling.
Okay, so all in all, would you continue watching?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep watching.
Okay.
By far. I'm gonna give it a.
Make up a weird rating system. Weird rating system.
Oh, it's gonna be 1 through 10.
Oh, you should make something. You should make something up.
I give it a sushi out of a steakhouse.
Yeah, like how many pieces would you eat out of it? Would you eat the whole sushi roll? Would you leave half? How would you go?
I give it a
if it's
sushi roll that has way too much.
Yeah, it's like a
sriracha.
Yeah, like it's that.
No, I'll come up with some weird one.
Yeah, but
out of 1 through 10, I was gonna probably give it probably a 6.
Now, do you think
maybe a 6.5?
Now, do you think it's because it's nostalgic?
Definitely a lot of them nostalgic. But like you said, the music, the art, that's really good, and it's a more deeper plot.
So would you tell anyone who's never seen Digimon, watch this one or watch the original?
No. This is fully. You have to watch the original Digimon first.
Okay.
Especially just the first season. I mean, you can just watch the first season and that's it.
Which tells me that anybody who's not a fan of Digimon to begin with isn't going to want to get into it. Because trying to go back and watch original Digimon, I'll be honest, I gave it a shot once.
Sub to dub.
I think it was subbed.
I only watched dub.
I only watched dubbed.
Okay. But I could not find anything enjoyable about it.
Okay.
I think it's one of those things that if you grew up with it, it's fine. But if you're an adult trying to watch it, it's just...
It's a turn off your brain kind of anime.
It is. And you need...
So, not for me.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to be you.
Okay, when you're a kid, you're focused on it because it's something new. This, you've kind of...
Plus, pretty action and...
Right. And
monsters are going to make it to where you don't care. It's just...
Yeah.
Right.
Heck, I watched Transformers as a kid.
See, I never watched a lot of that. I watched it. It was enjoyable, but I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, and for good reason. The Transformers I watched as a kid was very different from the Transformers you watched.
Which type did you watch?
You
80s
watched
style?
80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Yeah. The 80s one really good. Though even the
No, it wasn't.
Well, no, good and the nostalgic good.
Yeah, I mean, if you grew up with it, sure, fine. But I think each of the other Transformers is the same. Transformers has been doing about the same all throughout the ages.
But I heard the newest one that my friend watched and said actually it was pretty good. The newest one they did.
Prime?
I think so.
Yeah, Transformers Prime, I actually managed to watch, or not managed. I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
It was. I was a little disappointed with the variety of characters, but they wanted to focus in on interplay between them, and I can definitely respect that. But a lot of what Transformers is huge community of robots, all with the same goal.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Digimon is. I mean, community of Digimon fighting towards the same goal.
Huge community, like 200.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean,
We're talking there are as many Pokemon as there are Transformers.
okay, that's big.
Yeah, that's
there
what I
used
mean
to be
by
a planet
huge
of
community.
it, that's why.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of Digimon, but I don't think there's
No,
that
not
many.
comparably. It's like they had own like equate like millions upon millions on their own planet, living lives and stuff.
So it's more like a kind of like a human race instead
Yeah,
of like
it's
there's multiple of this exact same style.
Yeah.
No. Now there are there are multiple of the same style, but that's because they were toys and they just reskinned it and made a whole lot more
Remember,
money.
everything in the 80s started as a toy. 70s, they started as a toy, then made a show. Okay.
Later on, they kind of diversified a bit more.
And made a plot of some of them. Because, I mean, Turtles started the same way. All right.
So you want to talk about Seven Deadly Sins?
What do you feel about Seven?
Seven Deadly Sins, oddly, and this is with me very emphasizing oddly, I oddly really enjoyed it.
Okay. First, let's give a bit of information. What is Seven Deadly Sins?
Okay, so Seven Deadly Sins takes place in kind of like a fairy tale kind of scenario, like a medieval, but yet, magical, realm.
A place where science doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because there's magic, there's normal fighting, there's weird random creatures.
Natural progression, like you have spaceships, but you don't have airplanes, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Because I don't even think I saw any airplanes or anything in this one.
Yeah.
Heck, I didn't see any ships at all. But anyway, you follow this main character called Meliodas, and he's a over 700-year-old character, but he looks like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
He ends up owning this bar or tavern, and there's this princess who runs away to find Meliodas, one of the seven deadly sins. And she ends up running into him on an accident. She's been trying to find him to help save, I guess, her dad from, I don't know. I can't remember because it was a while ago.
Yeah, the Seven Deadly Sins, the group, it is a group of 7 people.
Yep.
And they're called the Sins because they all each is different types of sin. They all make with
Yep, you got Deanne, the serpent sin. You've got, she's the sin of, crap, I can't remember hers. Meliodas.
Lust, greed, gluttony.
Pride.
Okay, Lust was Gother, and which I freaking love that character, but it's really odd that I like him. I think you might like him a lot, Xeras. Because he's a very information kind of character, but he's a doll type.
What?
It's almost like he can't be killed.
What do you mean doll type?
Like, he tries to get information, but doesn't really understand feelings. Like, he's very monotoned, and he's smart, but he doesn't understand things. But he understands so much.
He doesn't understand
the common sense of it.
Psychology in the degree of emotion. He understands psychology in the
as
degree
a full logic kind of thing. And so I love that character. He's a very, very well written out character. There is Bon, which he is the what is he? Anyway, I can't remember what.
Greed? No, he's not Greed, is he?
He might be Greed.
I think he's Greed.
I remember King. He is a sloth, which is really odd because he's a really cool character too.
Envy?
No, I think Envy was a girl. Anyway,
but they're basically a 7 group that were almost like protectors of the kingdom.
I'm thrown off by you said serpent sin. So what?
She's a giant, and
they have animals.
Before I heard her speak, it is it's a Netflix original. And that's what drew me to the anime. I was like, oh, well, this will be kind of neat. A Netflix original anime. So this is completely different. And so I'm like, well, I'll give it a shot. And I watched the first episode, and I learned it's very similar to Fairy Tail, but it's almost kid-like, but at the same time very adult-like. I mean, there's some fan service, which I enjoyed.
But it's overkill.
Yeah, definitely not overkill. I mean...
You have a certain level of fan service.
Yeah, it hit right on the money. But I forgot where I was going with this.
Well, I was trying to
You
explain.
watched the first episode, and you had the giant not speak, so your first impression was very different than after they spoke.
Oh, the giant. She is drawn. I mean, she is a giant, but she's drawn like a giant. Like, as in, like, if you know what a human giant looks like, they're kind of overly portioned. Like, their faces are a little bit more. Their eyes are more broad. You know, their eyebrows are thicker out. You know, stuff like that. More, yeah. And so to her, seeing the character without her speaking or seeing her personality or her dialogue, it was very, I don't like this character. She's oddly drawn, oddly shaped. She moves funny. But after watching her and watching the anime, I didn't fall in love with her, but I liked her as a character. It was a really well done character. Her fighting style is really cool. Her love for Meliodas was really crushy, and like, as in, like, she loved Meliodas, but he didn't love her back. He just liked her as a fellow comrade. But it's definitely a go watch. I finished it within a week. It's only 24 episodes long. It's on Netflix. Definitely people should go check it out.
Okay, so let's go brief summary like we always do. Music?
Music, fairy tale like, so good.
Okay. Drawing, what did you say, how it designed?
The art style is what kind of threw me away. I didn't like the art style. If it was done more kind of like a, definitely like a Fate, oh my god, that would be really well done.
Okay. And, but you still kept going because of the plot, I guess.
I don't know why I kept going.
It sounds like it was entertaining without needing a hefty plot.
It's almost kind of like a really good gateway anime. Like, if you're first starting into anime, it's almost kind of like one of those really good starter animes.
Well, if it's a...
Because it has some plot. It's not too deep.
It's a jump one, right?
I don't know.
If it's a jump one, yeah, it would be one of those starting ones. Because jump usually has a lot of big series, longevity series, that a lot of people jump into.
Yeah, but at the same time...
But you're not into those tastes, we know that.
If you're someone who enjoys a mental program, say for example, crime dramas or things like that, you're going to have more difficulty using that as, like I said, a gateway. And I think the term gateway is bad for multiple reasons. The largest of which being anime is extremely broad. Yeah. I could not watch half, or I'd say 75%
of the stuff I've seen.
Yeah. Like, within the first episode, I would have turned it off 12 minutes in. That's how much different our preferences are.
Yeah, I could see that. I end up watching anime just to get the story and understand. I really appreciate the story.
But that's the thing.
The creator's story.
You've seen so much anime. You've seen quite a bit of anime.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what to look for. You've actually have an analysis when you watch an anime.
I've honed it down.
Yeah, you've in a way have. Because, as I said, Xeras, not much of anime. He picks and chooses, but he knows what he likes, and he'll focus on that.
Well, see, I'm also more keen to the comedies that are meant to be comedies. Yeah. Not like, oh, we tried really hard and it turned out like a comedy, like Asterisk Wars or Comet Lucifer.
You're able to go to all of them and give them a chance and watch a few and go, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is why I can give my honest view. Xeras, as it says, if he knows he doesn't like it, he'll go, done.
Well, his are mainly all action, right?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's
political or
psychological. Anything that lets him think and let him analyze and let him process. And remember, I'm like 7 Deadly Sins. I've read that series. I've actually read a good chunk of it.
Well, there's probably better plot in that too. There's a lot more depth.
There is a lot more depth, and there's a lot less filler, and it actually has more character growth. And one of the reasons I like to read it is because I like to create my own story with it. Because when I read manga, I don't have the artists, like when they draw a certain way, they have a certain voice. That's what sticks then. When I read it, I create my own world with it. That's why I like reading so much more, because
you can kind of put your own character voices, so you don't get disrupted with their voice or.
One of my favorite things about adaptation from a book to a movie is when the character is portrayed in the way that you read it, because that is, to me, a signal of a
Good
very
write.
strong writing.
Yeah.
Like, because that character was so very well classified that everyone had the same image of the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, poor writing comes down to, well, not necessarily poor, but not to that same level, is where everyone has a different idea of that same character. Which actually has a great segue later on. Actually,
Yeah, we're about halfway through.
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start it.
you
So
started-
with that, we're going to go straight into the character for my character for the game.
So this is the game.
This is the game.
All right.
Okay.
A quick little summary of the game. We play this game, and it's called Stump the Nerd. Nerd Stump. And what we do is we come up with characters in our heads, and we ask the group 3 questions, and if they can guess the character or series that we're thinking of, they get a point. If we cannot, they give us an extra clue, and if we cannot get it, they get the point. So I guess...
change the rules slightly on that then.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You want somebody to be able to guess
Yeah.
it.
You want, because it could be, like, we could choose characters that you'll never hear of.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we want someone, if they acknowledge they know it, that means you at least try to focus it on the group.
Okay, yeah, that's
Because
right.
if I picked somebody from Xenoblade
Yeah.
Chronicles, you'd be...
Yeah, I'd be... I
Yeah.
wouldn't know.
Yes, and if I pick something from the past that you guys have never played or watched,
SOL.
yeah.
Yeah. So you want it to be something that people can get, and you want the clues to be something that makes it challenging.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so go
So,
ahead.
go starting the game, Xeras, take it away.
All right, so my character fits directly with that. In different regions of the world, this character is viewed drastically
Hold on.
differently.
First,
Video game character.
Okay, that's one.
Video game character?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I already got it now.
Okay. So that's clue 1. Second clue, explorer, and third clue will be independent.
Ha.
Okay, so the first clue was...
Viewed very differently in different regions of the world.
Oh, okay. Hang on, I took that in completely different. So my first thought was Sora in Kingdom Hearts, mainly because you've been fanboying over it.
Yeah, that trailer was amazing.
Yeah. Explorer. Sora is an explorer. And the third one was
Independent.
independent.
Nope.
Yeah, nope. So
Riku kind of, sort of, maybe.
well, but yeah, Donald and Goofy, he relies too much on them and everybody else.
No, he has them as baggage.
Let's see. Independent, explorer.
Viewed very differently from different regions of the world.
Okay, so I can't think of anybody. What are you thinking, human? Any guesses?
Well, I was going to say something off, but they are they are independent. They aren't independent.
Dora
was-
the Explorer.
I think everybody has the same view on that.
I was going to change something
Except
really.
Trump.
Yeah. Let's-
Let's let her explore Mexico.
See, I was going with a very little, and I was going to go say Aerith in a way. Different view, but it's different name.
Eris.
Yes. Independent because she used to run away from a house, go to the church, go flower. She was independent. And when she was explorer because she also did that. She had her own church where she grew plants. She had to explore the city of Midgar. So it's a little of her being an explorer in that way, being independent that way, and having a different view by different people in different regions.
Not terrible.
Okay,
the
so
reasoning.
have I played this game?
I don't distinctly know if you've played the game, but
I played this game.
I'm pretty sure you've at least in some way played the character.
Okay, so my guess is going to be Link.
Okay.
Link because Explorer. Most people think Link is Zelda and Zelda is Link. And the third one was Independent. He's an independent character. So
Actually,
my
I
guess
like-
is Link.
I like that one. That one actually really good.
So we've got Eris and Link.
Yep.
No, incorrect.
Tits.
Okay.
Much closer. That's actually
it's
gonna
a
be
girl
my last
character?
clue. Tits.
Okay, so your last clue is tits. Are they big tits?
I gave you the clue.
Okay, so boobs,
Mm-hmm.
independent,
Uh-huh.
video game character,
Uh-huh.
explorer,
Uh-huh.
and viewed differently throughout different regions of the world.
Yep.
I've got nothing. Video game character. Hang on. Samus.
No. Okay. Dang it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Samus.
You could follow through with Metroid. Follow the same logic as his Zelda
No.
Link.
I know you can. That's why I'm not going with that one. But I'm also trying to think.
I don't think Metroids are explorers.
Yeah.
Usually not independent either. Those
Screw it,
things
I'll go
travel
with-
in packs.
I'm going with Terra from Kingdom Hearts.
I can't
You
think of
watch
anything
that.
else.
Viewed differently in different regions of the world.
Oh yeah,
I
that
guess
clue
in
doesn't
game
fit.
world,
In Game World, because honestly, no one knows what to view. Like, she disappeared.
kind of. What?
She did. She went to the
Terra.
No,
Fail.
I'm sorry. Aqua.
Aqua, okay.
I'm going. My brain's not working 100%. The rain confuses me. Aqua.
I kind of forgot about the whole tits part.
Yeah. Aqua.
So I was like, I could understand Terra, and then you
Yeah.
were like Aqua. No, that whatever. Anyway,
know
you
I
got
got-
it right with Samus.
I did.
Yep.
Holy crap! Yes.
You play her in Smash. I didn't want to say I know you played as her.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, I'm so glad because I was like, oh crap, I got this wrong.
Yep.
Oh man.
but yeah, in Japan, Metroid Other M is actually how they view her.
That's her
That's
name.
scary. No, Other M is the Wii title for Smash or for like the
Metroid
latest Metroid in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it takes a shotgun to the face of everyone in the West's viewpoint of Samus. Metroid, the series, is actually far more popular in the States than it is in Japan. On top of that,
That's why we're getting a crappy 3DS one.
yeah, to shoot more in the face, in Japan, where they do more manga and things like that for the backstory of it, they typically play her as a more can't get things done woman.
A
Which-
damsel in distress one.
yeah, but in the States, everyone views her because she's a silent protagonist. She gets the job done. She fights these giant
Strong, independent
monsters.
woman.
Yeah, like she's funny use of that. But she gets everything done by herself. She doesn't need anybody or anything. And so Metroid Other M, where she's relying, quote unquote, on permission to use her own abilities throughout the game from a commanding officer, is basically just what? Why? No, you literally flew to a planet and blew it up.
She became a bounty hunter to a soldier.
Yeah, so it was very jarring for anybody who enjoys the series. So yeah, that's why Clue 1 was what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Well,
was a tricky clue for me because I didn't think about that.
since I got that point, I guess I'll go next. Which I don't have a character ready, but I'm gonna try. So first, it is a anime character, like always. And this character is a womanizer, a great cook, and has trouble seeing.
Well, that kind of makes it to where I can't think of anybody.
Wait,
Great cook, womanizer, has trouble seeing. Nope. I was gonna say somebody from One Piece, the cook.
Sanji.
section. I don't think he has trouble seeing though.
Yeah, he doesn't.
It's a little tricky question, by the way, or hint.
Trouble seeing.
More of a comedy relief.
Oh, yeah. No, I know who it is now. But I feel like your hint was a bit strong with the secondary part.
What's your guess, Human? Because I think he's got it.
I don't got anything.
I'm gonna let you guess first because I know with 100% certainty who it is.
Repeat the clues again.
Okay, womanizer,
Okay.
great cook, and has trouble seeing. And that last clue is more for comedic relief. I shouldn't have gave that part away. I should have made that
Yeah.
my fourth clue.
Yeah, as I said, I don't remember.
So no fourth clues. That was my
Yeah.
fourth clue.
My anime subject is so weak.
Trust me, you know this one.
Yep. I make mine too easy.
You'd have been fine if you just had to.
I bet you I
give that
do,
last
and I'm
part.
not even thinking about it. Womanizer,
Mm-hmm.
loves to cook.
Mm-hmm. Well, Womanizer's also slightly off because he don't get none.
Try to help him out.
Okay.
Yeah, because
without giving it away.
You've seen him be drug off by the ear multiple times.
What's his name?
Moroku?
Moroku also had that.
That's a good guess.
That is a good guess.
Moroku was the first one that I thought of when you said Womanizer.
Yes.
And then you said, what was this? Great Cook.
Great
And I was
Cook.
like, nope.
Well, he's better than some other ones in the show.
That's probably true. Inuyasha cough.
Yeah. Oh, my. Who else is there?
He was around about the same time as Johnny Bravo. He and Johnny Bravo both got about the same amount of women.
Oh, that's cold.
Am I wrong?
Oh, God. Now I'm trying.
I think he had one character, didn't he?
He had one that was interested in him. It was a werewolf. Maybe two, but that's
What,
not
Johnny
really-
Bravo?
Are we
Yeah.
talking about? Oh, Johnny Bravo. I was talking about the other
Yeah, the
character.
werewolf and those. Oh, who is
No,
this?
he never, not even
I thought
once.
he finally
No, he had a girl that tolerated it and enjoyed him as a friend, but he
As a
got
helper?
he got shot down.
I have no idea what it is right now.
All right, throw a random guess out.
I don't know Sanji. I'm just going with that because I have no idea.
Sanji,
Yeah.
Brock.
Brock,
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that does make sense.
and Xeras got that
Yeah,
one.
that makes sense.
I shouldn't have said that.
No.
I should have just said has trouble seeing.
Yep.
So, what do you think about that clue?
The first three were great. The last one was just
Gave it
as
away.
soon as you said it, so many memes came to mind, and I was like, yeah.
I don't do memes, so I wouldn't even think about that. That's
So
all.
yes, it was Brock. He's a great cook. Loves all the women.
He
and
makes
has trouble-
great donuts.
the rice balls. I love this hot dog. Rice ball.
Oh,
What,
God.
what? Dude, that confused me as a kid so bad. I was like, huh? I don't get this. So, okay, and can't see because his eyes are always closed.
Yep.
So, human, you obviously did not get that point.
No duh.
So, try getting a point from us.
Okay. Anime character.
Yes!
Transformations.
Okay.
What was the second clue I had?
Got a few in my head.
Mm-hmm. Can do a finger point of death. Pizza.
Dang. I was
Okay,
I was
the
like,
pizza-
Frieza.
Yep, that's what I was
Pizza.
thinking.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
so-
what I was thinking was Frieza.
The
I also thought of Sailor Moon because
I
of
don't,
transformations.
I don't know. Yeah, Sailor Moon was my first thought, but with pizza, I don't remember. I mean, I know Spaghetti Head or Meatball Brain or whatever.
The spaghetti monster?
No, her nickname.
Meatball head?
Yeah, but I remember she loved food. I don't remember if pizza was one of the specific things.
But the
she loved.
finger point of death, did she ever have a finger point of death? I mean, I was thinking of...
Well, she always points at the person at the beginning or end of the fight.
yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, yeah, she kind of has that. Not really. It's not that of death.
Okay, anime character, finger point of death.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have changed. Oh well, never mind. It's silly now.
We might go to the fourth clue on this one, like we've had. two
Yeah,
of those,
my
too.
first guess is going to be Sailor Moon.
Okay. I'm gonna go with pizza and transformations.
The only other pizza person I can think of is Cece from Code Geass, but she
Yeah.
doesn't have
No
any
transformations.
transformations, or unless you count her clothing, or finger point of death.
Screw it. I'm gonna go with Frieza.
You were right.
Ah, tits! What's the pizza one?
A bridge.
I don't remember anything about the pizza.
Oh, if you let me power up, I'll give you a pizza.
Okay.
Oh, man.
No, with 2 pizzas. Goku. Now hear me
Yeah.
out.
Crap. I can't believe I got that one wrong. Well, anyway, that was our game. Woo! So, on to the gaming topic. I
Yeah.
guess Xeras and Human will be talking mostly on this one.
Hey, we give you a good amount of time with the anime. You got
Yeah, this is true. I did kind of take over that.
The first one I actually want to go over is going to be the new studio for Kojima.
Have you seen anything about it?
No, well, I mean, it's way too early for any real details, but
No, he has his symbol, right? It's already, he has a name, he has a symbol.
And he's starting his first PlayStation game, right?
Yeah, he's working on a game exclusive with PlayStation.
right, but I mean, we're weeks into it, so
Yeah.
we don't have anything more than I want to work on games and I've got a studio.
Mm-hmm.
But
He even took some of his people from Konami and brought them over to his company.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty funny. I'm gonna
that's
steal these people
apparently
from
they
you.
didn't want them on the team anyway, so
yeah,
whatever.
pretty much.
Well, he did, so they're probably pretty good.
Have
Yeah.
you not seen the image of what his design looks like? His go look it up, Kojima
Okay.
Productions symbol, because
You guys talk first.
it's basically a skull with a medieval head, like white helmet, but it also looks like a astronaut helmet.
Interesting.
Yep, and as Toshi said, pretty much on the 20th, I think rough around the 15th to the 20th, he finally was separated from Konami. He says, I'm starting my own production company, Kojima Productions. He
Wait,
got
around the 20th?
15th to 20th.
Huh. Oh, okay. Well, if
Yeah.
it was the 20th, then that's like a wedding present.
Yeah.
But I did want to kind of state the fact that we have 3 different pseudo studios that are offshoots of bad connections between.
That's a pretty cool logo.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the skull, but the rest of it's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
We're
looking at the
It kind of looks like the skull is inside of a medieval helmet.
that's what his symbol is now.
Mm-hmm.
That is production logo now.
But we have Mighty Number 9, which the release date's actually getting pretty close.
Well, he's from Capcom. Are we sticking with Konami or Capcom? Oh,
No,
total.
this
Okay.
is like,
everyone.
yeah, because Mega Man's spiritual successor is coming out in a couple months. On top of that, a fund has recently started for a Castlevania one.
No, that's already been completed.
Well, yeah, but it's still way early in production.
What character is that?
Uh,
Is that any certain character?
No, that's a fan art.
Because it's definitely a helmet from something.
Maybe Zone. Well, look, Toshi's looking at
I could
images
see
right
that
now.
being from Zone of the Enders, but
Yeah, I think that's because
the cockpit isn't right though.
yeah, we got Toshi looking at images now because we're here talking about different areas. Yeah, you already have the Castlevania Kojima with his own production company. It's going to be a PS4 exclusive, but eventually will go to PC. Do you think he did that because of what reason? What do you think he? Because
Probably just broadening his horizon.
well, why only? But he's only sticking with Sony. He's not going with.
He's a
Think about trying to start up a new entire company that's making work on games, and then being like, all right, cool, we're going to work on 5 different consoles. You've got a limited number of people all working on a game. Every single one of Kojima's games have been very detailed. We're talking expansive worlds, lots of controls that require precision. It's not an easy undertaking. So limiting it to one engine to start with, and then going with, eventually we'll go to the broad market of PC. They looked at where the sales
But
typically...
why only PC? Why didn't they go to Xbox?
Because
and Microsoft.
Because of a couple reasons. One, the studio itself is in Japan.
Yeah.
Xbox doesn't sell as well as PS4 in Japan.
That's true.
Next up, the people that are going to buy it on one don't need to buy it on the other. A lot of people who have the consoles,
We'll get it for the single one.
then on
But-
top of that, the PC covers the base of in between. If you have a PS4 and a PC, if one of the consoles, it be it Xbox One or PS4, you're going to have a PC.
Well, this is why I say that. I thought one of the factors was, of course, money. Think about this. Kojima, He's had a good repertoire with his games. Everyone knows his name. He is a gaming household name. Like if you game, you know.
Now he is for sure because of all the drama from Konami.
And think about it, if he's now making his own production and he has two people, Sony and Xbox. I mean, they're still the two biggest ones. Nintendo, I don't think he would go for because I don't think
it's harder to make
Nintendo's
a
their own
sale.
brand.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
so. If you knew Kojima was making his production, would you think he could go, okay, what do you offer me? What do you offer me to counter that? Do you think he did a type of bid war to get this exclusivity? Because honestly,
I really doubt it, but he could have.
he could have, but he probably would have favored PlayStation because maybe he loves PlayStation, and a lot of his fans are. Majority of them are probably from PlayStation, so he sees the money opportunity better.
But think
there.
about it. If you were either company, if you had, we're working Kojima to make his next game, how big would that be for your name brand?
Huge, especially after the way Konami treated him. I think that's one reason why fans are probably not going to be going towards Konami's stuff anymore, and they're going to be going more towards Kojima because
we've already talked about it. Konami doesn't make games anymore. Really, they can, but it's not going to be as good.
Yeah, but even if they do come out, the fans are going to be like, "No, you treated Kojima wrong, so we're just going to stick with his stuff."
Yeah, but this is also a factor. Yeah, he's very detailed, but now he's doing something brand new. You have to think because he doesn't have his Metal Gear series to work on because that's Konami.
I just thought of something.
What?
What about PT? You think he'll bring it back?
Actually, that was something I want to bring up too. Something I want to bring up with the Konami thing, and we'll bring up in a sec. But he also worked on Zone of Enders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can't touch that because that's not him. That's Konami still.
I don't think
so.
Okay, the Metal Gear franchise, almost every single time that they end a title, they answer majority, if not all, of the questions inside of the actual. Thank you. Series.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do manage to continue it on with each sequel, but it's not a requirement.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of other details with Zone of the Enders. We haven't had a new Zone of the Enders in ages.
Yeah.
If he wanted to create another game that flows similarly to either of them, he can create a brand new cast of characters and be just fine. He doesn't need to continue the story with any of the other ones. And heck, if you really get into it, it's much harder for people to pick up and play a Metal Gear game now than it would be.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And again.
For people coming in that had played any of the series previous. Metal Gear Solid 3, I would say, would be one of the earlier ones that you could pick up and play and then kind of just carry through. As far as Metal Gear Rising goes, it doesn't really have any connection to the other stories at all.
No, and it was not made by Kojima Production. It was made by Platinum.
Mm-hmm. Which is I'm thankful for.
So, but that's the thing. It wasn't. Yeah, he only gave his idea and original story to it. He didn't actually create, so that's why its gameplay is different.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the catch of the world we live in. A lot of IPs, original IPs, are hard to push out because a lot of people like to move to the safe or the usual. It's something they know a sequel to.
Mm-hmm.
That's also one of the reasons he built a series that transcended a lot of. It's over 20 years old now, close to 20 years.
I have a very strong counter to that. Think about the funding that we've had for the Castlevania game, Mighty Number 9. Not Banjo and Kazooie, but
the spiritual successor one.
Yeah, it's another instrument. It's in the same realm of music as the banjo, but anyway.
Harmonica?
I think it's actually pretty close to that.
Harmonics?
But the two named characters, if you say them back to back, is an instrument.
Yeah.
But anyway, each of those has had massive success right off the bat. They're spiritual successors. They're not direct sequels. Each of those have been funded before the game even came out.
Yeah.
So it's not about...
but usually those are funded because half of those games, because how much their funding need? Like 2 million, 3 million? How much of those games actually can be made in 2 to 3 million nowadays? Not a lot. Because
the Banjo-Kazooie one's going to be...
No, that one they got the funding because you know what they use that funding for is to go to a publisher and go, this is what we made from the people wanting this game. give us more money to help produce this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, the most honest person who said that was Double Fine. You know who they are? They made because they're making a sequel to Psychonauts 2 now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he actually said this money cannot help make this game. You guys are supporting money, but this money is just showing our people who can help us fund the money, the big companies, publishers, say, yes, they want this game produced. And we got $3 million. Because originally, that first Psychonauts was, and when it was first created, well, how old was that, 2002?
That sounds about right.
It had the 3.3 million to make that whole game. Think how much money now costs today. You know how much it costs to make Metal Gear Solid 5?
15 million?
50 to 70 million.
Jeez Louise. That's a lot of money.
To make again, yeah.
It's freaking Star Wars took how much to make
100 and something at least
so it takes half of that
to make a game.
Jeez.
But you have to also think what you get out of that game, because honestly, with those games, you can get a lot of because you get more.
I wonder how much money went into Xenoblade Chronicles then.
Probably quite a bit, because from
We could
the
look
way
this
you've
up.
been playing it, it's good.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Going back on Kojima and PT, do you think that he's going to be bringing back PT?
Supposedly-
PT can't come back.
Okay,
because it's owned by Kojima.
okay.
Supposedly, this is what he said on an interview when saying something about Del Toro. He says, "I would love to work with Del Toro in either a game, an anime, or a movie. I would love to work with him again."
Oh yeah, I remember him saying that.
So that gives the open option for Del Toro and them to work together on something.
So I think yes, and yes.
Well, it's really just going to come down to
One of them.
them working together to make a series. It doesn't have to be Silent Hill. It can be another survival horror series, and it'll work just as well. You don't have to have... I mean, that series has a few elements that are very unique to it, but you can still take those and place it into your own unique world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as shitty as it was, the movie The Mist was essentially Silent Hill, just throw a whole bunch of
It was really depressing.
religious stuff in there.
And then the movie Silent Hill was a movie for Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And I think that was worse than The Mist.
That's...
Not surprising.
I think they're both in the same level. It's just people view Silent Hill as worse because they expected more out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas The Mist, everyone was like, this is probably going to suck. Oh, it sucked.
So we're coming up on towards the end of the time. Was there any final suggestions, thoughts, or any things you guys were wanting to talk about before we get out of here?
There was one more subject we want to talk about, Kojima, and what was the other?
Well, there's one that I kind of wanted to talk about, but we can wait until there's more time. So...
Yeah, we're about 3 minutes past an hour. So
final thoughts of anything that we want.
I did want to talk about a little bit of the accessories you were talking about earlier.
Oh, the fashion stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess...
Oh, now I remember what we were just going to plan to talk about.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next time, because I bet you he would want to talk about it.
What?
The VR.
Oh, yeah, I do want to talk about that.
That
Definitely for the next podcast.
Yeah.
So Sailor Moon, I guess, came out with... And this is our little fashion... for the girls out there, or feminine men.
Hey, what's up?
What are you talking about? We would buy it and use it.
I would, honestly, this luggage, it is a Sailor Moon suitcase luggage with a handbag, which is, the quality is amazing on it. You can go to animenewsnetwork.com and search through there and look at them. The quality on these things are phenomenal. And you can choose whatever Sailor Scout that you want. It literally looks like the back of their school uniform with the bow in the middle of the suitcase, and the handbag can attach to the top of the handle and sit on top of the suitcase while you're pulling it through the airport or wherever you're traveling. And it also comes with, I guess, wallets.
I don't think that a man would be able to carry that around and still
Look manly.
not look like an awkward pedophile.
That's true.
Like,
especially the blue one.
yeah, its design is fine if you're a girl.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really cute,
But-
especially with seeing a girl carrying that. Be like,
Yeah.
oh wow, that's a really cool little accessory.
Yeah, but as far as dudes go, I would not recommend it. You're gonna look awkward.
Except if you go
Unless
This is coming from a guy that wears a dress.
Except if you go to, of course, a convention. I think that could work at a convention.
Yeah, maybe. I still think you're gonna look a bit odd though.
Oh, that's true.
So I guess let's see.
How much is the cost?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up right now. So you can buy the bag, I'm guessing, for about $190.
$190 for a bag.
Heck no.
And it's for one bag, right? One or two bags? What's the total it comes in? You
So
said?
the suitcase, yeah, is $190.
It's not a whole setup? I would not, for one suitcase, I would not pay $190.
I will
And-
totally buy some dye and just make a pseudo one if I wanted it that
Yeah.
bad.
And the tote bags are $65.
So, hold on. So that's separate.
Or sorry, $56.
That's separate.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a passport case. I thought it was a wallet. It is a passport case that is for US $24.
Hey, something that's almost affordable for what it is.
Well, the handbag's $56. I mean, I think it's literally pretty much a purse. So you can get the purse
you're fair.
and the passport under $80.
I
Not
don't-
that bad.
I don't-
Coaches are in the $200 for the purses alone. So
I wouldn't touch the $200 laptop bag though.
the suitcase.
Suitcase itself.
If you're doing a lot of traveling and you want to accessorize, I think they would pay it. Especially if they're an anime fan.
If
They're
you
wrong.
if you're a Sailor Moon fan,
You can take this to conventions. You can take this to just about anywhere, even if you're going over to a sleepover.
you have to be a really Sailor Moon type fan to really.
If I was a girl, I would definitely buy one. Like, seriously.
You're also the type of person who'd spend $24 on food every single day for every meal.
for one meal, at least. All right.
You need to be a doctor for your budget.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we're almost done. How about we end with, since it was Christmas, let's say what we got for Christmas that week. You know, a couple things we got for Christmas. Just
Mine's
throw-
easy. I got cash.
You got cash.
I was almost shorter on the list than you. I got clothes.
I got socks and a Blu-ray, actually.
Blu-ray rut.
Devil is a part-time, right?
Oh, no way?
Yeah, I wanted it.
Oh,
I got
my
that.
God. That's awesome.
You got money. You can go buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to probably put it towards the podcast.
Yeah, and see, I got money too, but that's going towards a phone, so.
That's not a bad thing. I need
Yeah,
one of those, too.
yeah. So, all right. So, we're going to give our final thoughts here. What we got here, Toshi?
I don't think I had any final thoughts. Did Xeras?
Nope. Live long and prosper.
Well, I got nothing. I guess Meep.
Okay. So you guys, if you guys enjoyed us, please on SoundCloud or wherever you're listening to, please click down at the bottom, click like, share. Hey, I didn't say link this time. So please like, share, please comment, tell us how we're doing. You can go to soundcloud.com/nerdL.A.G. Or you can go to facebook.com and we post all of our podcasts on there, /nerdL.A.G podcast. And on YouTube, you're just going to have to go into the YouTube search bar, search for Nerd L.A.G, and you can find our channel there. Click there, subscribe, like, comment, and
Especially comment.
yes, please, because we're lonely. We need somebody to talk to.
You are married. Shut up with that.
You're married and I'm
We're-
just playing a whole lot of Xenoblade. We're not lonely.
We're lonely as in, like, without listeners.
I'm
We're in the void of the
Yeah,
internet.
I'm lonely. You guys have more life than I do.
So go there, guys. Check it out. Tell us how we're doing.
All right.
So this is Toshi signing off. Catch you
Xeras,
later.
over and out.
This is Human. Remember, don't regret the things you do. Regret the things that you don't.
Transformers, roll out.
Meet me.
Bye.